Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Literary Layer. Today we are going to be doing a book unhaul, and I have several books that I have been stacking up over the past few months, and some of these are ones that I've DNF'd. Some of them I have no interest in reading. I'm getting rid of a lot of self-help, a lot of business books. I have some romance, other fictional books that I'm not interested in, and they're stacking up, and this stack is filling up in my dresser, so it's time for me to go ahead and unhaul these books. I'm going to try to sell them first. Anything that I don't sell, I'm going to be taking to the little free libraries. So when I decide that I no longer want to keep a book, I'll just store it in here in the dresser. And as you see, this is filling up, so it's time for me to go ahead and take these books out and do just a big unhaul for the end of the year. Out with the old, in with the new. So the first one I have is a technology book. I don't need this anymore. I was using this in school. This is for C# programming. I also have a few leadership books. Let's see, a few management books. And over time, I've realized that I do not want to be in management. There's something that I thought I wanted in the past, and I've just realized that really there's a lot of things in corporate America that don't sit right with me, and I'm comfortable with just doing my job every day and not going up into management. I'd rather do my own thing on the side. Also, I'm getting rid of most of my self-help books. So I have here Leading from Your Best Self. I have not read that, then I don't plan on it. Also, I did a video on this, Dim Sum of All Fears. And that is the second book in the series. I wasn't really a big fan of it. Getting rid of The Ring Shout. I did not like that at all. This one was okay. I just don't plan on rereading it, and I don't want it on my shelf. Oh my gosh, this one. I really did not like this one. Secret History. This put me in a reading slump for 2 months. And it was very hard to get out of it. So yes, definitely get rid of the Secret History. Someone else will enjoy that. Vanishing Half, it was okay. It was an average read for me, but I likely won't reread it. Get rid of Sugar. Wasn't really a fan of this one. Never Split the Difference. Wasn't really what I thought the book would be about, so I'm going to get rid of this. Have some communication. Like I said, I'm getting rid of these. They're okay. I didn't read that second one, Best Lover Ever, but I'm just not interested in reading any self-help, relationship, business type of books. Also getting rid of this one. Haven't read that one, but I just don't plan on reading it. The Girl's Guide to Murder. This was average, but I'm not going to be reading the second in the series. Becoming, yeah, I know a lot of people like this one, but I am not really a fan of memoirs, so I'm getting rid of that one. Decider. This one, I don't know what made me pick this up. I bought this book at a bookshop sale, and I got it for $2. I think that's why I picked it up. But when I was reading the synopsis, I was like, I thought this was about something else. I don't remember the book actually being about that one. So I was like, okay, this is not something that I'm interested in. So I'm going to unhaul this one. Also, Sugar Money. No, did not like. I mean, it was a good idea. When I read the synopsis, it did sound interesting, but just, because of who the author is, it just really didn't sound right with the type of language that she was using in this book. So I'm getting rid of that one. This one's from my son's old school. I'm pretty sure I won't read that one. He doesn't want it either. I read that one. That was pretty educational, Islam and America. That was a good book to learn more about questions that a lot of people ask about Islam. That one's good. I likely won't reread it. Like I said, these self-help, getting rid of most of my self-help. Awesome person, awesome presentations, Eric Wall, but just don't want any self-help. Also, another one from my son's old school that he didn't want, The Best Cat Ever. This one I won in a giveaway, and it's a romance, which I did mention previously that I'm not into romance. This one someone's going to enjoy. This is poetry, and I purchased this from someone that I saw. I purchased this one because I saw, I was watching an AuthorTube video and the author mentioned her book, so I went on Amazon and purchased that one. In Every Mirror She's Black. Did not like this book at all. Did not like how the women in it were sexualized and really didn't have a story outside of centering their life around one man. It really didn't make sense to me. I didn't like this book. Another one from my son's old school, Midnight Magic, which I likely won't read. Finding Cinderella. Did not like this at all. Another romance, which I don't plan on reading. Mediocre. I was interested in reading this, but I don't like books in which the author sounds too negative. I like when it's a nonfiction book, I like for the author to be more fact-based and less opinionated. So yeah, I DNF'd this book. Didn't really like it. Next, Real and Generative AI. Don't plan on rereading this one, but someone will find it educational. More books, Splunk. I don't really need a Splunk book right now, and there's also a later version out. So someone will use this for something to learn. A+ book. I don't need this. I used this when I first started getting certifications. So hopefully this will be helpful for someone. This one I didn't really like. I think this was a self-help. Someone recommended this one to me and I didn't really like it. Here's another one. No real reason to DNF it. I'm just not interested in reading it. But someone will find this one interesting. Spirit of Intimacy. More, and we just never read this one. This one, I have carried this with me for years, and I have never picked it up to read. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, someone will like this. Lanterns, and this is a memoir of mentors. Now, like I said, I'm not really interested in memoirs. So these are all of my books, and I'm about to take these to the bookstore to see if I can sell them. I'm back, and I did end up selling all of my books, and I'm so glad that I didn't have to bring any of those back with me or haul them around, because those were a lot of books, and I was just glad to get that space cleaned out. So I did use my credits to buy 2 more books and then just cashed out on the rest. The first one is Uncle Tom's Cabin, and we pretty much all heard of this book. I have the complete and unabridged version, and I did like the cover on this one out of all the copies that they had in the bookstore. I also picked up The Creation of Eve, and this one sounds pretty interesting. Let me go to the synopsis. All right, so it says, in 1559, a young woman painter is given the honor of traveling to Michelangelo's Roman workshop to learn from the maestro himself. Sheltered yet extraordinarily gifted, she isn't allowed to draw the naked figure, so she can merely observe from afar the sensuous works of art that Michelangelo sculpts and paints from life. Then, with potentially disastrous consequences, she is forced to flee after a scandal involving one of Michelangelo's students. The Creation of Eve is a riveting novel based on the true but little-known story of the first renowned female artist of the Renaissance, Sofonisba Anguissola. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, this one sounds pretty interesting, and I like this map that's on the inside of the cover. They didn't really have much else that I was interested in, so I just decided to get these 2 books. And that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.